everyone, no put your ears, make we talk. Time don't reach to rearrange his house to give una small wisdom. Shots might be fresh now, but you know, I beg no be so. Before una go talk, say our smell no reach. Make una think I'm try so. Ever heard of Colgate, the #1 oral care brand in the world?
Colgate Maximum Cavity Protection unlocks 24 hours cavity defense. The formula boost with calcium for lifelong smiles.
Mom, it's your time to brush. No more for my cover mouth. Because we Colgate, that's who do ya got with your smile.
Colgate for 24 hours maximum cavity protection.
You've seen the news? You've heard their stories.
As I see the World Cup gone 2 months, I told my family to just go out.
The climate crisis is here and getting much closer.
Rice, they're just dry.
So let's look at the solutions and the way forward at these times on Earth 5.
Alright everyone, no put your ears, make we talk. Time don't reach to rearrange his house to give una small wisdom. Shots might be fresh now, but you know, I beg no be so. Before una go talk, say our smell no reach. Make una think I'm try so. Ever heard of Colgate, the #1 oral care brand in the world?
Colgate Maximum Cavity Protection unlocks 24 hours cavity defense. The formula boost with calcium for lifelong smiles.
Mom, it's your time to brush. No more for my cover mouth. Because we Colgate, that's who do ya got with your smile.
Colgate for 24 hours maximum cavity protection.
Thank you so much for staying with us. This next conversation sits at the intersection of constitutional law, electoral administration, and deep-seated communal tensions in the Warri federal constituency. Of course, at its core is the Supreme Court directive that triggered a long and contested process of ward and polling unit delineation by INEC, followed by cycles of reports, objections, litigations, and institutional interventions involving not just the courts, but security agencies as well. Now, what makes this subject sensitive is not just a technical question of how electoral boundaries are drawn, but also the competing claims of ethnic groups who see representation, identity, and political balance as directly tied to the outcome. Let's have a conversation around this morning with Urhobo Victor, who is a Warri Urhobo leader. He joins us directly from our Abuja studio. Thank you for joining us this morning, sir.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. Maybe people might get a better understanding of what the issues are from you, because first of all, there is that Supreme Court order to INEC. And then there's been quite a number of interventions from INEC among the people, including a stakeholder meeting that said all the people in the community should come, and then the reports, and then an initial report put out, and all of that. So what exactly are the issues for those who don't know what is going on?
Thank you very much. The issues are very clear, and it is something that we must listen very carefully and then take a position at every point in time as far as this matter is concerned. What we are saying right now is that INEC is being teleguided by some foreign agencies which ought not to be in the first place. On the 2nd of December 2022, the Supreme Court gave a judgment that fresh delineation be conducted in Warri Federal Constituency. And in compliance with that court order, INEC summoned a stakeholders meeting on the 2nd of February 2024. And at that meeting, all the ethnic nationalities of Ijaw, Urhobo, and Ichekiri were all present. INEC pleaded with stakeholders that, of course, election is a process, and from the way the things are now, they cannot go into the delineation because of time. And stakeholders obliged INEC that plea. Secondly, that immediately after the election, they will swing into action to start the delineation process. True to type, INEC kept to their word, and on the 4th of April, just a month after the election, 4th of April 2023, INEC called another stakeholders meeting to discuss the modalities on how to go about the delineation exercise. And at the end of that meeting, INEC and stakeholders were all agreed that the delineation should commence. At that point, three focal persons were nominated from the 3 ethnic nationalities. And I happen to be one of the focal persons from the Urhobo extraction. Then on the 8th of February, on the 8th of July, 2025, a stakeholders meeting was called again at the Warri government, at the government house, Warri Annex, where INEC informed all stakeholders that they are ready to kickstart the process on the 10th, which is 2 days after that meeting. We all agreed, the Shekiris agreed, the Urhobos agreed, the Ijaws agreed to go to the field. All the focal persons were ready, and we all went to the field. INEC conducted the delineation process from on the 8th through 18th of July, 2025. Immediately after that meeting of 4th April 2023, immediately after that stakeholders meeting, the Shekiri people approached the court to stop the delineation exercise. They went to Federal High Court Warri and Federal High Court in Benin. While they were participating in the delineation process, they were also in court. Either ways, they were there. To God be the glory, the Federal High Court Warri dismissed their suit, and the Federal High Court in Benin dismissed their suit. Then on the 4th of April, 2025, a stakeholders meeting was called again by INEC to submit the initial report of what they discovered and what they saw in the field. At that meeting, not knowing what was inside the report, the Shekiri people mobilized to the venue of where the report was to be submitted to stakeholders without knowing the content of the report. That is to tell you that the Shekiri ab initio never wanted the delineation to take place. So they were given the report with a caveat that we should go back, study the report, and make corrections if necessary, by corrections of names, then do any observations as far as the report is concerned. We took the report on, and we, as Urhobo people, we made our observations, we made our corrections of names, we made our duplications of polling units, suppression of polling units, and all that we submitted to INEC, which everybody, including the Shekiri people, did. Immediately after that submission of report, the Shekiri people again approached Federal High Court in Abuja with 2 suits. One with Honorable Justice Emeka Winte and the other one with Honorable Justice James Omotosho, seeking the court to stop the report of the delineation exercise. We went through that litigation. That took INEC some time again, the delay. We went through that litigation. We put in agenda as interested parties. We went, at the end of the day, having evaluated the whole matter, the 2 courts, the 2 Federal High Courts under Motosho and Witi, dismissed the 2 suits that the Shekiri brought to stop the delineation report. So what I am trying to say after dismissing of those suits, the Shekiri people again, they appealed the judgment of Honorable Justice Omotosho to the appeal court in trying to stop the delineation final report. And of course, the appeal court on the 15th of April here, the appeal court dismissed that action with cost of 200 million, 2 million to the judge, 2 million to the Urhobo people. So what I am trying to say now is, before immediately the announcement of the delineation exercise, the Shekiri people never wanted the exercise to take place because they are the beneficiary of the fictitious and fraudulent words and units that is right on going. Okay, now so they never wanted the delineation exercise to take place.
Now you are an Urhobo leader, sir. And so what exactly are your expectations? If it's the Shekiri that do not want it, what are you looking for? What do you expect to happen now, particularly when, as you said, INEC has already released the final report?
Yes, what INEC has already released the final report on the 20th of April 2026. What we are saying, INEC haven't released the final report, commence the implementation. Because from what is happening now, from INEC's report, we are supposed to have 2 additional state constituencies for Warri North and Warri Southwest. So INEC should conclude the implementation of the exercise. That is what we're asking.
So I'm wondering, so for each of the representation, the areas, there's Warri North, there's Warri Southwest, there's Warri South. Am I correct?
Very well.
Okay. How many wards right now does the report, the INEC report, say goes to each of these wards?
Well, from the report we got on the 20th of April 2026, Warri North, I think, is 10-10. Warri Southwest is 13-7. The Jos 13, Shekiri 7. In Warri North, 10-10 balance. Shekiri 10, Ijo 10. Then in Warri South, you have Urhobo 9, Shekiri 8, and the Jos 3.
Are you afraid, or rather, are your people afraid that the INEC is not going to go through implement its own report?
From what we are seeing now, there are some interference from some quarters, and we strongly believe that INEC will implement the report. INEC has no choice than to implement the report.
Okay, so
because they know the consequences of not implementing that report. They must implement the report.
So right now,
no matter the interference from anywhere.
Essentially, you are saying that as far as the Urhobos are concerned on this issue, your people are concerned, there is no cause for alarm.
Yes, I will speak on Warri South mainly because even though we are not satisfied, like I keep on saying, Rome was not built in a day. I will borrow the word of my brother, Barrister Eric Omari, that sometime we need to make sacrifice. With our population and voting strength, what they give to us is not commensurate. But in the interest of peace in Warri and Delta State in general, I think we will let go for now. But all the necessary adjustments must be made for we to keep on with the peace and the arrangement that is on.
Okay. There are those who would also be asking questions around why are pretty much the same people at variance on an issue as simple as delineation for representation at both federal and state governments, particularly the legislatures. What exactly informed this dissidence between two people who are essentially the same people, the Warris, the Urhobos, the Shekiris?
Well, let me say it is greed.
On whose part?
It is greed that is causing, on the part of the Shekiri people. They are greedy. They are greedy. They want to dominate the Warri Federal constituency as their own exclusive area, which is not.
But if you say, if you say that they are greedy, I'm pretty sure that they will also have one thing or the other to say about your people as well.
No, what we are saying now is not whether you say anything about my people. What we are saying now is that we are in a democratic setting. We are in a democratic setting. And one of the tenets of democracy is the rule of law. Respect the rule of law. That's what we are saying. It's not about the Urhobo, this and that. No. The Supreme Court has given judgment, and the judgment, INEC has executed the judgment. The implementation of that judgment should be carried out. That is what we are saying.
Okay.
To be carried out, and INEC should be left alone to do its statutory duty.
Okay. So when you say
with no interference from any quarter.
My apologies. When you say that there are some attempts at influencing INEC, where is this attempt coming from?
Yes, the issue is that after the submission of the report, the initial submission of the initial report, we were invited to the office of the DSS. We were invited to the office of the NSA. And when we got there, funny and surprisingly, we were being asked questions about delineation. So we said, what is bringing delineation matter to the office of the NSA and the office of the DSS? So since that time till now, it is DSS inviting you. The last one they invited us, we refused to attend. Because we say, no, we don't have any business with DSS. We don't have any business with the NSA. So INEC should be allowed, as the only body statutorily empowered by law to conduct delineation exercise. INEC should be allowed to do its work.
Okay.
INEC have completed this assignment. First report has been issued out. Second report is out. So let the implementation commence. They will not allow INEC. Today they will invite us to DSS. Tomorrow they will invite us to police. Next tomorrow, for what?
Okay. Be it whether
so that is the interference I'm referring to.
Yes, whether privately or publicly, has INEC complained of any interference from any quarters?
Well, INEC cannot, and it is not our business to know whether INEC complains or not. What we are saying from our own perspective is that we do not have any business with the office of the NSA and the DSS. We've not breached peace. We've not breached peace. If there's any security breach, we should be invited by the NSA and the DSS. But right now we're talking of delineation. So we don't have business with INEC. That's our point. We don't have business with INEC, with a DSS and a NSA.
Okay.
So we shouldn't know whether INEC should complain or INEC should not complain. No, that's not we are not interested in that. And if INEC is going under some scrutiny from a higher quarter of government, at least we shouldn't know. Okay. But what we are saying is that what the business we have is between we and INEC. Come and implement the exercise you conducted.
Your complaint is that the NSA and the DSS are inviting you, and that is suggesting to you that maybe they are trying to influence INEC. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, now, and we were reliably informed that our invitation to NSA office is as a result of a petition written by the Shekiri people.
Okay. Now, the 2027 elections is just around the corner. And from your experience, from what you know, from information available to you, how much time does INEC have to complete this delineation process so that whatever it is that the Supreme Court has said and the action that INEC has taken, including the report that's been released, what's the timeline that, in your opinion, makes sense for INEC to activate everything that needs to be done?
It is left for INEC to decide on that.
So there is no timeline.
We have Election is between February and March 2027.
Okay.
And we are in May now, and entering June. So INEC, by law, we are supposed to contest the Warri North Constituency 2 and the Warri Southwest Constituency 2. But it all depends on INEC. What we are saying, INEC has concluded the exercise. They've come out with their final report. So INEC, go and start implementation of the final report that you gave to us. Otherwise, if anybody goes to any election as far as Warri Federal is concerned, it's wasting his time. And that election may go beyond the Warri Federal constituency, because you are going to collate Warri Federal constituency to get the final result of Delta State. You are going to collate the Warri Federal constituency result to get the final result of the presidency, senatorial, House of Rep, and what have you. So if you don't conclude, implement, and start the implementation of this process, you are only putting the career, the political career of some persons that are trying to contest or who have already become candidates in jeopardy. Because all the elections in Warri Federal, if this exercise is not complete, will be null and void.
Okay.
Whether you like it or not.
It's clear what you have said, that INEC has its job cut out for it, and the least we can do is to wait for INEC to do its job. So far, as you have said, INEC hasn't complained, and you are expecting INEC to deliver. Well, as you have also said, INEC seems to have stood its ground until now. There are reports that at some point, INEC had to retract whatever statement was made about whether or not the delineation process has been stalled or suspended or whatever. It is still ongoing. I guess the ball, as you said, is right now in the court of INEC. Thank you so much for your time this morning.
INEC, very well.
Victor Okumagba is a Warri Urhobo leader, and he has joined us to give some clarity to the issue on ground. Thank you again for your time, sir.
Thank you very much for having me.
And that's the show today. Thank you so much for the privilege of being a part of your morning. And it's the first day in the month, the last month in the first half of the year 2026. I wish you the best the rest of the first half of 2026. Business Morning is on the hour. I'm Ayo Makinde. Enjoy the rest of your day and week.